CBS 13 sources confirming tonight the Kings are trading several players, including second-year guard Tyrese Haliburton, and fans aren't too happy about it.
Shocked, to say the least. Not happy about it in the long run, as I believe it's kind of a short-term thing, and it's going to be sad to see Haliburton go because he was a big part of this community.
Now, along with Haliburton, the Kings sent Buddy Hield and Tristan Thompson packing to Indiana. In return, the Kings are getting 25-year-old All-Star Domas Sabots.
All right, here now to break down what this trade means is Damien Barling, the host of D-Lo and KC. You can hear him on ESPN 1320 weekdays from noon to 4.
Damien, thanks for being with us tonight. The Kings clearly moving on from Tyrese Haliburton. So what do you think this move says about what the Kings thought of him and their plans moving forward now with De'Aaron Fox?
Well, I don't think it speaks anything poorly of Tyrese Haliburton at all. In fact, like it actually speaks very highly of him for his value around the league. Like, he's really good. And I think what's lost in all this is obviously we really like Tyrese Haliburton. He's a great ball player. He's embraced the community for sure. He has a lot of leadership qualities, but he is a second-year player, and you don't know exactly how he's going to turn out, though I think a safe bet is that he's going to be good. Domas Sabots, the main piece that the Sacramento Kings acquired from Indiana, is already really good. He's a two-time All-Star, and what it says is, to me, we're going to build things around De'Aaron Fox, which was obviously Monty McNair's vision in the first place because he offered De'Aaron Fox a $130 million contract extension as his first order of business, and we're going to bring in another All-Star to play with you. Not a capable All-Star, which Tyrese Haliburton certainly is. We're going to bring a guy to you who has already made 2 All-Star games, and we're going to try to build something here with you two.
Well, look, several Kings players, they've been involved in talks. Marvin Bagley is one that comes to mind. So what other moves, if any, do you expect before the trade deadline?
Yeah, I'd be surprised if Marvin was here Thursday at noon when the trade deadline is here. Buddy Hield was another piece that we were kind of watching and waiting to see when he was going to be traded. He was a part of the trade that went to Indiana. And now that Domas Sabots is here, I think there's a couple of interesting other pieces to watch. Marvin is the obvious one, though he's not going to net you necessarily a big return. He could be a part of a filler in terms of contract like Tristan Thompson was in this deal to Indiana. But I'd keep an eye on Harrison Barnes, as he is a guy who's probably going to be sought after by teams who are competing and looking to make runs into the playoffs because he's so smart. He's a solid defender. He could do just about anything you ask him to do on the floor. And now with Domas Sabots coming in, I'd keep an eye on another one of our favorites. We love Tyrese Haliburton, and we really love Richaun Holmes. And I hate to use this term, but Richaun Holmes became a little bit more expendable with Domas Sabots coming in, and he'd probably have a pretty good market should the Kings decide to shop him or move him before Thursday's deadline.
We will wait and watch, that's for sure. Damien, lastly, you know, CBS Sports gives grades or ratings for trades. They're giving the Kings a C+ for this trade. Do you think this makes the Kings better?
I do. Yeah, and I think a C+ is a bit unfair. As good as Tyrese Haliburton is, it was a log jam at that position. Like, your 2 best players were at the guard position. Now your 2 best players are spread across the floor a little bit. So I do think that the Kings got better. I do think there's more moves to made, but this is much more. I think that C+ is a bad grade. This is much closer to a B or even a B+. Like, you landed an All-Star. You landed a coveted player in the league. You might be able to call this an A- if we're going to do a grade without any sample size of seeing how it plays out. Like, this on paper, I think, worked out really well for the Kings. As much as I hate to see Tyrese go, what they got in exchange and the fact that they were able to move off from Buddy Hield's contract is a positive.
All right, we're going to go with your grade, a B or B+. We like that. All right, Damien Barling, thanks so much for joining us tonight. We hope to see you again here soon.
Absolutely. Thanks, guys.